In this section, we want to cover a little bit more about your submasters, specifically about the submaster, how you can assign timing parameters to the subs. The Express console has the ability to assign timing parameters to the bump buttons on your console so that you don't have to actually use the faders to run your subs. You can do that with the buttons. So let's see how that is implemented on the desk. The way to do this is effectively the same syntax as assigning a time to a cue. You just use sub instead of cue. So let's look at doing that. I'm just going to pick sub 1. I can do this in stage mode. I just hit sub 1 time, and my command prompt is going to ask for an upfade time, and in this case I'm going to pick 2 seconds. So 2, enter. Now it's going to ask me for dwell time. And dwell time is essentially how long is the submaster going to keep itself on after it is faded up. Now I can do one of 3 different things here. I can enter a time and the submaster will fade up and it will count down or stay on for a predetermined number of seconds that I type in. Or I also have the option here, as it says in my command prompt, for hold or manual operation, press clear until the desired setting appears. Well, that's great. Where does it appear? We want to look up here in keypad corner. That's where your desired setting is going to appear. It will also appear down here in your attribute bar, but let's look up here for now. So I'm going to hit clear, and you can see that it's toggling between hold and manual. So if I don't type an actual time in seconds, I have the option of changing it from hold to manual. And in this case, I want to do it hold, which means it's going to stay on until I tell it otherwise. So I'm going to leave it at hold. I'm going to push enter. And now it's going to change. The command prompt will change to give me, asking me for a down fade time. In this case, let's just do 5 seconds. Okay, so now I've gone through the 3 timing parameters, up fade, dwell time, and down fade. And these will show here in my attribute bar of that submaster, up in 2, hold, down in 5. So now what's going to happen when I hit the bump button, instead of just flashing, channels are going to fade up in 2 seconds, and they're going to hold there, and they're just going to wait because I told them to hold. The light in the bump button is going to flash to tell me that the sub is on and is waiting for another hit of the button. When I hit the button again, the lights are going to fade down in 5 seconds and return to normal. Now, I could have, once I hit them on and they fade up in 2, I could move the fader all the way up. The light will stop blinking to tell me that I've grabbed manual control with the fader, and I can pull them down with the fader. There's another timing parameter on a submaster called rate, and you can actually assign a rate to submasters as well. This is particularly useful when you're doing an effect on a submaster, and I happen to have a submaster that, so my submaster 3 is running a very simple 5-channel chase. If I want to speed that up or slow that down, in real time, I can do that using the rate command, and rate is going to show up on my soft keys, and rate is going to be here at soft key number 5, and what I want to do is go ahead and hit soft key 5 for rate, and then I want to hit the bump button of the submaster that I want to change the rate, so rate of submaster 3, which is where my effect is running. Now I can do a couple of things here. I can type in a rate from 1 to 2000 on the keypad and hit enter, or I can simply run my finger up and down on the trackpad, which will adjust the rate in real time, and you can see that if I speed it up, that effect is going to start going very, very fast. Or if I take it down below 100, the effect is going to slow down quite a bit. And if I want it to return to normal speed, I just hit 100 enter, and it's back to its normal speed. So those are 2 different ways that the submasters are able to affect timing of either the lights that are programmed into the sub or the rate of, say, an effect that is programmed into a submaster on your Express console.